Hi, it's Pauline from Michael Wan's Mandarin again. We're gonna show you how to make beef and black bean sauce today. Now, you might notice that my cooking video is actually rather long compared to the new way of YouTube video. They're usually quite 2-3 minutes. The reason being that I like to show you literally step by step how you make certain dishes, like the beef and black bean tonight, and then last time the crispy chicken. And by doing a long video, you know you can pause and you see the detail of how the dish is created. And I hope that you find that useful. So I'm gonna crack on. First of all, I'm gonna go through the ingredient you're gonna need tonight. And today is actually quite a lot of ingredient. You only need a little bit of everything, but it is quite a lot. So most importantly, you want your steak. So you got your, I'm using ribeye tonight. Green pepper, onion, carrots. You need 1 small green pepper, half onion, and a little bit of carrot. And just normal tap water ready is 100 ml. Sugar, white pepper, salt, Shaoxing wine. This is not essential. It would be nicer if you have it, but if you haven't got it, doesn't matter. This is dry sherry, Chinese dry sherry for stir fry. Sesame oil, you will need sesame oil. Soy sauce. You need dark soy sauce tonight because we stir fry, we want the color, so you're using dark soy sauce. Vegetable oil and potato starch. And most importantly, last few ingredient, 1 whole clove of garlic chopped into little bits. I've got about half a chili in there, seed or de-seed. If you want the extra spiciness, then keep the seed in. If you don't, then take the seed out. With Chinese cooking, we tend to keep the seed in because you want the spiciness. Most importantly, the star of the show, the black bean paste. Now that is on my last YouTube video, so you should have these ready to make proper beef and black bean. You need these black bean. You can buy them. You can buy the dry one at Chonghua supermarket, and then watch my YouTube video and get these pastes done, and then we can make beef and black bean sauce tonight. Now, to make beef and black bean in our restaurant, we buy a big slab of meat. So if we use ribeye or we use flank steak to do beef and black bean. When you buy a whole slab of beef, your marble, because when we cut, this is the grain that we tend to want to cut. We want to cut a grain against the grain. This is how we tend to cut our beef. But when you go shopping in supermarket, you tend to just get a slice of steak about this thick and this size. So you can't really do that thinly sliced back at home. So what you need to do is just buy, for example, I've got ribeye steak, and then you just do it in strips. So cut off the fat. You don't need to cut all of it because the fat would actually help the dish to add more flavor to the dish. So just some of it. So right, let me get this out of the way. Sorry about that. So trim more fat off. So like I say, you don't need all of it. So strips. So we're talking about, we need about 5 millimeter thick strips like these. And if you can see, my knife is slightly angled as well, so that you get larger surface area for the pan fry. Oh, by the way, one thing I've forgotten to mention is that when you cook beef, make sure it's at room temperature. So if your beef is in the fridge, take it out, give it a good half an hour. Basically, by the time it actually goes in the wash, you want the beef to be at room temperature. Otherwise, it will go chewy, whatever you do to it. Okay, next is that we need to marinate this. So wash my hand. Right, to marinate. I'm using 250 grams of ribeye here. And that would be enough for, I like beef and black beans, so that's enough for me. So I'm cooking for 1 tonight. So, but if you're thinking about cooking for 2, make sure you cook it twice. Don't, for me, I believe a domestic wok like this, you can't make 2 portions in one go. You do need to cook it twice. I don't think there's enough heat in the wok itself to actually stir fry 2 portions of this in one go. So if you're making for 2, I think you would just have to do it twice, but it doesn't take long. The actual last bit of stir fry doesn't take long. So again, we've got a pinch of salt, a bit of white pepper, small pinch white pepper, little drizzle of sesame oil. As you can see with the Chinese marinade, you don't actually use a lot. A few drops of soy sauce. Tiny drizzle of oil. Okay, potato starch. About a teaspoon. And then you just want about a tablespoon of water as well. And sorry, very important, little pinch of sugar. Quarter spoon, tiny bit we're talking about, just a little pinch of sugar as well. Give it a good mix, leave it for 10 minutes, and this would help to tenderize the beef. So that can just sit there. And then now you can prepare your vegetable. And I'm doing one of those this one that I prepared earlier. So 1 whole green pepper, we just need a small one. So chop it about 10 centimeter cube or triangle. That's the kind of size you're looking for, 10 centimeter. Same again for your onion. You need half a small onion, don't need a lot. Half a small onion, again, similar size, about 10 milli, yeah. And then you need 10 slices of carrot, that's just for color. So, and most importantly, the carrot, you do need to slice it quite thinly. We're talking about 2 milli thick. The whole idea is that all these vegetables will be cooked at the same time. The steak's been marinated for 10 minutes now, so we can start this stir fry. So turn the wok on, high heat, we're looking for, and lots of smoke. If it starts. Come on! I hate these electric hob. I'm one of those cooking on gas. I'm a gas person. So high heat, wait for the smoke, and then we can add some vegetable oil. Right, important thing is that have all these ingredients right next to you. When you stir fry, everything happens so quickly. So I'm gonna show you what you need to have it right next to you now. So you need your vegetable oil, your Shaoxing wine, sesame oil, dark soy, white pepper, sugar, your water, and then all your ingredient itself. And most importantly, we get the potato starch thickening agent ready. So 1 big tablespoon, and then just this is no thing. And then about 2 tablespoons of water. Now, it turned into this jelly thing, so you have to give it a good mix for the time being. But right before we put it in the stir fry, make sure you need to stir it again, because that will settle in literally in less than 5 minutes. It will get separated again. So this is just for the time being. Have that spoon, keep it in there, ready to go. Right, there's some smoke going in now. So 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, swirl the wok. And then actually make sure you've got some, make sure you've got something nearby that you can tip this in. All you do is coat the wok. So put it back on a high heat. Full smoke, beef going in. Lots of stirring. So we're going to fry this for about 1 to 2 minutes. And what you're looking for is this brown, the beef being brown like this. There's bit sticking to the wok, don't worry about it. There we go, nearly cooked. Right, this is coming off the wok now. So put it somewhere right next to it. Right, you see all the bits stuck to the wok. Don't worry about it, it's not a problem because it helps making the gravy, so to speak. So one more drizzle of oil. Now this time I'm only using about a tablespoon of vegetable oil. Just a tablespoon. Wait for the smoke again. Yeah, there you go. All the vegetable goes in. Give it a good stir fry. Can you see as we mix, we're scraping all the bits off? And that would help to turn the black bean into a nice gravy later. Okay, just a little splash of sesame oil. And then your garlic and your chili can go in now. Just give it a quick stir fry and we're talking about 20 seconds. Beef can go back in. You have to keep stirring for a good 30 seconds to 40 seconds. Okay, 1 good tablespoon of black bean paste. Good tablespoon of black bean paste. Just a very quick mix. Oh, the smells of black bean already is gorgeous. Okay, 100 milliliter of water. Okay, this is when you scrape the pan now. Get all the bits off. And that would help to make that gorgeous black bean gravy. All this time, the wok is on high heat. Do not turn it down. White pepper, just a drizzle. Sugar, just a little pinch again. We're talking about maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. No salt in this one, no salt. Because the black bean itself is really salty. Splash of Shaoxing. And just a drizzle of dark. You happy with that? Look at that. So give it another 30 seconds to a minute for all the gravy to be slightly reduced. And then get your plates ready. The sauce is start thickening up already. Now, do you remember your potato starch mixture? Give it a mix again because that was stuck together already. Give it a good stir. Right, you need to work quick. Once it goes in, you need to stir straight away. Otherwise, you get that jelly looking thing. So, I'm using about 3 tablespoons of that mixture. And you mix, 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 mix. You can't stop. Mix, mix, mix. That's it now. And actually, that's... Oh, coming up the heat. Okay. Now, see, I make mistakes where I've gone too far with the mixture. So all you have to do is add a little bit more water and soften it back up. There we go. That's perfect. Can you see? That's really thick consistency. And that's your beef and black bean done. Oh, look at that. beef and black bean sauce. Tonight, I'm not sharing that with Gareth. I love this.